Hello and welcome to another update video about Alchemy Pay. The last video was quite popular and yeah, it's pretty much exactly doing what I said in the last video. We have come up all the way to the 200-day moving average. That is where we were here in the last video. We saw here that it was testing the 200-day moving average, didn't get through. And I told you in the last video that we can now expect a correction, and that was based on us being overbought here. Yeah, you were overbought on the 4-hour chart. You can see how relevant the RSI indicator is again. Yeah, so we're nearly getting above the 200-day moving average, but failed. And therefore, I told you that we are probably going to see another correction. And that was also based on the Elliott wave count, because there's a few ways you can count this. So we start here down in this sort of sideways foundation with a wave 1, and then you have your wave 2 that comes down. Then you cannot count this as a wave 3 because the wave 4 would come down too much. So I said in the last video what you have to do. You have to start again with a wave 1 and a wave 2, which typically comes down quite a lot. Now, that would mean we would now need to start the wave 3. But again, this cannot be a wave 3. It didn't go up high enough. And the wave 4 would come down too far because it comes into the price area of the wave 1. So you have to start to count again, 1, 2. And yeah, here's where it's getting unrealistic with it being the low already in. Because you have too many 1-2s, it's getting unrealistic. So typically in the beginning of a bull run, you wouldn't necessarily see this, all these 1-2s. It's a bullish foundation, but at some point these retracements are actually too strong. But it's still doing what I told you in the last video, that I expect another correction down to at least the 50-day moving average to 5 cents to retest that, or even to the ascending trend line at 4.5 cents. Yeah, so everything going according to plan here. But what I really want to mention is that yes, the low could be in. I told you that in the last video. The chance is there because we have hit the target area down here, but it's not confirmed yet. Yeah, we haven't really made significant higher highs. We haven't broken the 200-day moving average yet, so it's still time to be careful. Anybody who wants to secure a position, of course, can do that. For me personally, a time where we have a dip like that, where we also pull back to a trend line or a moving average, is typically not a bad time. Yeah, no financial advice, but that's what I would do if I didn't have a foot in the door already into Alchemy Pay. So we haven't broken the ascending trend line yet. That can happen, of course. And the problem with the current chart is that we have, first of all, the foundation here I don't really like. Too much sideways movement down here, too many overlaps. And then here also all the overlaps and the strong corrections don't really confirm a strong uptrend yet. Yeah. So what we want to see is well, something like that would begin, because in the end what you saw there was a large wave 1, now a large wave 2 that typically comes down into this region, 88.7 fib level to 78.6. That's all done. It did come into the target area. It did what it needed to do, and now we could theoretically see new all-time highs, but it has also ended, that support at 3 cents roughly here on the 22nd of January. It just ended in the middle of nowhere. It did not even touch a fib level again. So I would like to see actually ideally the 2.3 cent level. That is then a clean cut. That would be that fib level here. If it is ending between two fib levels, yeah, it's possible, but it's not ideal for a low. But yeah, so far we are making higher highs here, and it's coming down as forecasted in the last video. It's funny though, I had a comment in the last video who said a wrong prediction when I was up here. He lost money, or he or she lost money, $125 since yesterday. But I don't understand which video he watched, because I talked about another pullback is coming, basically because we were overbought. The RSI is always very important, so I told him watch the video properly, because I talked about a pullback to the 50-day moving average very clearly in the last video. That's exactly what we're seeing now. The question is now, of course, does it hold? I can't promise that. It's looking like it might, because it's slowing down the downtrend already, but also a pullback to the 50 to that ascending trend line would be possible. And of course, if that breaks, then we are going to go further down. That is still a huge risk that we are still coming down, but as I said, the current price levels are attractive. That is more a long-term view, because look at where we come from. We come from a level of 19 cents. We're currently at 5 cents. Further downside potential, but also the potential is there that finally here we could have seen the low already. And that is just a decision everyone needs to make for themselves. Have we already seen the low? The possibility is there. Here, I wouldn't have told you the possibility is there, because we haven't hit the target area yet, and we've hit it now between that, and that is typically where altcoins come down to in a correction. But what makes me skeptical, just to emphasize that, is that we have not found support when we came down on a FIB level. We have just come down and ended in the middle of nowhere, and also these overlaps. Now the latest one anyway doesn't look too promising. You can see that on the shorter time frame, it just ran out of steam here when it tried to push through the 200-day moving average. But overall, I think Alchemy Pay, really solid project. Certainly good to see some higher lows here, and the fact that it has been listed on Binance is certainly good, and we haven't really seen the Binance effect play out. Yes, there was a bit of a pump here, but the whole market is currently weak. Therefore, I think Alchemy Pay is also underperforming. So yeah, I am invested here in Alchemy Pay, and I think I've got good reasons to do so. Partnership with Spotify, a growing ecosystem, Visa card coming soon, and so on. So yeah, do your own research, make sure you do that. But overall, the price is doing what is expected, and then I would expect primarily finding support here at one of these support levels, the 50-day moving average at 5 cents, or just below that, the ascending support line. And that might be a possibility to get in again. I'm not telling you should do. It's all up to you what you do. And it's also up to you if you want to use a stop loss or invest more in the long term. I'm more for the long term investing, because for me, the opportunities at the moment are just too big to get into it. And the next major wave up should take Alchemy Pay to at least the 1.618 FIB extension at 32 cents, all the way up to 200%, 40 cents, and maybe even higher. But that depends on how the structure now builds for the next wave up. Thanks a lot for watching this Alchemy Pay video. Hope you liked it. If you did, please smash the like button, subscribe. And if you really like the content, maybe consider to join as a channel member. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.